It's just such a pleasure to see so many of you, and a great honour. Those of you who know me, you know that I can speak for England, for Greece, for Cyprus, for the entire European Union. But I promise you, I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm trying not to do that tonight. What I am going to do, I think I'm going to be myself, and I know I'm a bit of a Marmite. You either hate me or love me. Hopefully you all love me. And by extension, you'll love IARS as well. But here is, I'm going to say only three things. And I'm going to start with something truthful. Well, everything is truthful. It's an insight. And I couldn't sleep. A couple of nights ago, I couldn't sleep. And I didn't know why I couldn't sleep. And in the morning, after my partner was like having 17 hours sleep, I said, I couldn't sleep last night. I said, why couldn't you sleep? I said, I don't know. I've been thinking about this anniversary, and I don't know what it means to me and why I'm having it. I'm feeling very uncomfortable having it. I don't want it to be the Theo show. And it's a 10-year organisation, and the people who have been on this journey with me, they're not going to be here by definition. And I was kind of having all these thoughts about myself and what I've been doing, why I've been doing it. And the advice was, oh, just don't think about it too much. It's like the Oscars, you know, just say a few thank yous. Don't think about it. Don't talk about yourself. Try to be modest for once. And just say a few thank yous. You'll be fine. But unfortunately, I can't do that. I just can't just say a few thank yous, because the way we've been doing it, and that's the whole point for me, and some of you know the background, is the connections that we all have at IARS and with you. Each person means something to us, and it's the family feeling that we all have when we're at IARS and when we work with people like you. So it was very hard for me to kind of come here and say thank you very much to our host, Missionara Ali, and thank you very much to the board and so on and so forth, which I will do. So I just wanted to give you a piece of my heart and my mind and why I started doing this, which in fact was in 2001, in my kitchen, feeling quite upset as a young person then, and I still do. And with the support of other young people, we thought it's about time that we speak for ourselves, we feel strongly about things that impact on us. And by the way, the internet was an innovation at the time. So those who knew how to use the internet, that could set up a website, it was a big tool, it was power. So we set up a website, started sending emails, and one thing led to the other. And from a youth-led organisation, I think, you know, now we're all very proud to say that it is an institute that, if you haven't seen our impact report and tried to put the numbers down, I was shocked myself that we actually produced over 10,000 of volunteering opportunities, 600 part-time internships, 180 policy consultations. We've published 17 books. We've got our own Youth Voice journal. It goes on and on and on. I'm not going to read from the report. I'm just going to say one thing. I think it all starts from ourselves. And when you set off to do this sort of things, I think the first thing you want to achieve is to, first of all, be proud of yourself. And when you get support, especially when you leave your country, when you are a young person without guidance, a bit lost. And I was on the verge. When I was 16, I had two options, literally two options. It was either I was going to go and be the best criminal ever, because my mind works so fast, or try and do something with my mind, but I needed help. And without the help, I couldn't achieve what I achieved. So I had that help. Why not give it back? And that was the whole point of it. So here's the whole kind of foundation of IARS, and it's in this little sample report. It's the three values that we have. We don't have a lot of values, we have three of them. And the first one, we call it civic participation, user participation. And for me, it's all about what is democracy. And democracy for me is not electing governments and manifest that power without really sharing it with those who should be shared with. And if you take the very word democracy, maybe Greek, the etymology of it means that the people have the power. So what is power? If you are in a position to share that power, then you should be giving it to those who have the issue, and if they can speak, then they should speak. And if it's young people, if it's migrant and refugee women, if it's victims, if it's offenders, and these are all groups that we're working with, by the way, then you should give them that power. That was our first value. That is the first value. And it runs throughout our project, it runs throughout our organisation, and I'm very strict in making sure that that value is always manifested in everything that we do, organically. The second value, and I can see lots of restorative justice faces here, and you probably know that I live and breathe restorative justice, bored people to death with it. Apologies. Is restorative justice and dialogue. And I know that when we feel that something happened to us, automatically, I don't know why human nature is like that, we enter into an adversarial route. We want to be on top, we need to win, we need to, compete. And I've seen it as a lawyer, my entire family are lawyers. When we enter into the adversarial route, nobody wins, everybody loses. And when we enter into a dialogue, everybody wins. I know we'll have lawyers and nobody wins. Our restorative justice people are taking the jobs away because everybody knows it's fine. Let's have a dialogue. I'm sure we'll reach a compromise. But here is the bottom line, is if you deal with issues through dialogue and through mutual respect, and this is how we do it at IARS, we don't have hierarchies, we discuss everything, but we also have restorative justice projects. I can see my fantastic board who, for some reason, signed up to this idea of not having a chair, not having a vice chair. We just meet in a circle and we share the power. And that's just brilliant. The minute we did that, we didn't have chairs, we didn't have somebody who would say, oh God, I was going to do that, I'm going to take it. It just worked. And the same way we do our staff meetings, we run the organisation and we run our projects. And trust me, if you let it go, it's amazing. That was the second value. And the final value, which is the glue, I think, for both of those other two values, is responsibility. So when we say something, when we suggest something to probation, to CPS, and there's loads of people here that we work with, we don't do it just because we wave the flag and we feel passionate about it. Yes, we are passionate about it, but we do it responsibly. We collect evidence. We get out, and we don't just do it from our high ivory towers. We empower people who I think should have the first say, and we translate that into whatever you want, an academic journal, a book, an article, a flyer. We've learned us academic to condense our language, Margaret, and present it in different ways. And we do that responsibly. And we've seen changes. And again, if you look at this report, you'll see the sort of acts and bills and policies and legislation that we've changed. And hopefully we'll continue doing that. I'm closing it, sorry. So I'm not going to speak forever, but I am. I'm just going to go back to what I said before. We start a journey in our lives. We don't know why we started, but we know we want to be kind of, first of all, of ourselves, and that our family and friends, we want them to be proud of us. It's a special day for me because I have lots of people from my own family here. I've got my sister who came from Cyprus, I've got my aunt, I've got my cousin, I've got my partner, and all of you who are part of the IARS family. And that's why it's a special day for us, it's a special day for everybody here. I don't know where 10 years gone, literally I don't. And on that note, this is the Oscar bit. I have to say the thank yous. And I've already thanked Rishanara, who was here but she couldn't stay for too long. She hosted this event, as you know, without... Betty's a lawyer, right?
You're right.
Hosted this event. The big thank you first will have to go to my team. They've supported me the longest. I'll start from the longest serving, and literally longest serving, not in the sense of prison service, but it's TJ. Where are you, TJ? And Diana. Can't thank them enough. And they'll tell you a little bit. Everybody who's at IRS has a story. Teacher, I'm not going to embarrass you by telling your story, but a teacher came 4 or 5 years ago. I'm not going into the private stuff. As a volunteer, she was a finance officer. She now manages all our finances and our grants. And she brought her own family to IRS. And Andre, you're going to hear it in a minute. And his sister, who can't be here tonight, but you'll find out why. She's having a lovely time, by the way. And then I'll move on to Louise, and where are the others?
Natalia.
Natalia. The last one who's joined the team is Rachel somewhere. We've got Grace, who left just a couple of months ago somewhere. And we've got lots of interns and volunteers, and without the interns and the volunteers are in front of me, IARS wouldn't be what it is. I have to also say thank you to, and I did say we're first and foremost proud of our, we want our family to be proud of us, and I want to say thank you to my family. And I think the person I want to first to be proud of me is my dad, who is not here, he passed away a few years ago, and I was saying that to my sister. I said, I want to mention my dad. I want to make sure I don't get emotional. I'm wearing the last present that he gave me, that's the tie. So it means a lot to me mentioning my dad, knowing my dad, and my mum. And thank you to our funders, and thank you to our sponsors. Continue funding us if you're here.
Yes, please.
And if you're not funding us, and you just have £35 in your pocket, and you want to join us and get all the benefits that you can get from a little charity, or fund a young person, we have membership forms there. You can sign up for £2 and 35 divided by 12. What is it? £2? £1.99? Something like that. A month, you can join IARS and the IARS family. Thank you very much. I'm now going to pass it on to Andre. Thank you.